Hello everyone, now let us discuss about modifiers in detail with examples. In the current session, we will be discussing about modifier 22 and modifier 23. First, coming to modifier 22. What is modifier 22? It indicates increased procedural service. So, whenever the work required to provide a service is substantially greater, whenever the work required to provide the service is substantially greater than the typically required, it will be identified by adding modifier 22 to the usual procedure code. One important note is this modifier should not be appended to an E&M service. 22 modifier should be appended only to procedure codes. And the documentation must support substantial additional work and the reason for the additional work, such as increased intensity, time, technical difficulty of the procedure, severity of the patient's condition, physical and mental effort required by the physician. All these things can contribute to 22 modifier. Important notice, this should not be appended to an E&M service. Now let us see an example. Physician performs induced abortion of fetus aged 21 weeks by dilation and evacuation. Usually the abortion is performed on the fetus age less than 20 weeks. So whenever the fetus age is greater than 20 weeks, the procedure itself adds added complexity. So physician may have more complications while performing the surgery, or he or she may take more time. So all these things, they contribute to appending modifier 22. So in this case, when the physician performs abortion of the fetus aged 21, we should report the claim with procedure code 59841 along with the modifier 22. The procedure 59841 can be reported with modifier 22 to indicate increased procedural services performed by the physician. So whenever there are increased procedural services, you need to append modifier 22 to the procedure code, and this should not be appended to an E&M service. Now coming to modifier 23. This modifier is more evident in the anesthesia session. As the name indicates or the definition indicates, modifier 23 indicates unusual anesthesia. Occasionally a procedure which usually requires either no anesthesia or local anesthesia, because of unusual circumstances, must be done under general anesthesia. In these circumstances, you can add modifier 23 to the procedure code of the basic service. Modifier 23 should be added to the anesthesia code. So usually in certain cases, certain procedures does not require anesthesia, but under unusual circumstances, when such procedures are performed using anesthesia, as the name indicates, unusual anesthesia, modifier 23 must be appended to the anesthesia CPT. For example, you see cystoscopy does not usually require general anesthesia. However, if it is performed on a young child who cannot be controlled, and general anesthesia may be necessary, in such cases, we can append modifier 23. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe for further videos on medical coding and CPC training.